Are we all excited for a day of sunshine and dad jokes and unwarranted, unasked for geology lessons?
When I was 16, my dad gave me a measuring tape keychain. Told me that if it can't be measured, it doesn't exist. As you might guess, my father's an engineer and a scientist. A geohydrologist, to be specific. And I'm a filmmaker. That's why we're here in Scotland, to explore the Highlands and geek out on Scotland's heritage as one of the birthplaces of hydroelectric power.
Pretty much on all of our father-daughter adventures, he tells me that we're, going somewhere cool, and then we end up at an energy site, a dam, a nuclear power plant. He's very into civil infrastructure.
We've been to the first nuclear reactor in the United States, Los Alamos in New Mexico. Boy, if there's vision to be had, we've been there.
The plan is to delve into the lochs, dams, hills, and history of northern Scotland. Dad can share his knowledge of geology and hydro, and I plan to return the favor, sharing a few things about filmmaking along the way.
What am I forgetting? Handy dandy camera bag. Got my dad.
Got your dad, that's all you need. Got dad. First geology stop, just a little one. The andesite. Andesite from Andes Mountains.
How old is this landscape? I guess if you were to start with the rocks.
The very oldest is 3.5 billion years old.
Cool.
So it's weathered the test of time.
Just like you, Dad. It's a really cool part of filmmaking. Sound. This is a parabolic mic, and it, those like old spy discs, you point into the sky, you get like one signal. So wherever you point it, it'll do kind of a direct line. Follow my shoes.
Filmmaking comes down to listening. Letting a place tell its story and using tools to share it with others. It's art and science, which is why I think my dad is getting into it.
What kind of moss is this, Anna?
Woolly fringe moss.
That's real squishy.
It's like really fine hair.
Maybe that's what bugs see when they walk around in the world.
And then kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See how it's like.
Oh wow.
Really comes to three dimensions.
Yeah. That's so neat.
Enough of that.
As we explored, my father explained to me how Scotland's steep valleys and abundant rainfall lent themselves to the Highlands becoming one of the early epicenters of hydroelectric power.
So do you think the early Scottish dam builders came up here and did exploration to try to see where all these big sources of water were?
They started building dams for reservoirs, and then somebody got the idea for, well, somebody had to invent the dynamo, the generator, first. So when they invented the dynamo, it spins. And so what spins? Water wheels spin. And, well, we could use water to spin the dynamo. So hence, electrical generation.
To me, geology is the first chapter in the story of any landscape. It's the mountains that catch the water coming in off the Atlantic that mean it's so wet in this part of the world, which led to the development of that hydropower scheme and, everything that comes from it.
We're here now to check out the origins of, at least of Europe's hydroelectric.
Yeah, That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
They built some 50 dam and hydroelectric projects and brought light. It's kind of just, it's like, wow, light. And there's all those different artistic and novelistic ways of talking about enlightenment. They physically brought light here. So all very cool.
It was cool and pretty revolutionary. But as we walked down to Logan Dam, I could see how restricting the water from this place completely changed the landscape.
Cool. Wow.
Wow.
This would never be allowed to be built like this today. You have to maintain a minimum level of flow in the river. You can't just take all the water.
They didn't know it, but they were creating the foundation for electricity, which was going to make everything so much easier for the construction.
The impact of dams is real, but then you think about, a solar farm only lives 20 years on average, and the energy and the places that those materials come from and the manufacturing and batteries with lithium from Chile and cobalt from Congo, it's all compromise. Like, it's all engineering, and clearly we're manipulating the landscape to some degree and have been doing so for quite a while to grow the size of our population significantly. But yeah, tough conversations these days, I think, that people are wrestling with how we produce energy.
It's fascinating to think how our world has changed since the construction of this dam. How it ushered in an era of vast industrialization. The kind that's given me a camera and the means to travel here. But I wonder how we will find a will or a way to transition to a more sustainable residence on Earth.
So many people are trying to figure out if humans have gotten, maybe too good at trying to do everything and manipulate Earth in every way to their own benefit, that we've crossed a threshold that it's impossible to come back from. Is it too late?
I hope not. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever thought of this. I don't think the answer is more science and more engineering. We've manipulated our waterways and so many things. Do we really want to keep trying to solve our problems with engineering solutions or science solutions? Now it's a human solution. We've done some wonderful things with our brains, and now we have to do some wonderful things with our hearts. Yeah.
I was surprised to hear my father say this. This was the same man who told me that if I couldn't measure something, it didn't exist. Maybe my intuitive way of thinking was rubbing off on him. Or maybe our adventures in the Scottish Highlands had the same effect on us both. Reminding us that the more attuned we are to the natural world, the more we will fight for its health and ours.
That's pretty fabulous.